Oh man. So there's a video that shit. I don't know where it's at. Damn it. Where's it at? I just made the damn list. Shit. There we go. Okay, there we go. So your boy Tito decided to kind of expose himself as the default setting, right? So let's go on his videos about Passport Bros and see what he says about Passport Bros, and then see his video of his default settings, what he thinks about the guys in Passport Bros and the guys who he really thinks about them. Because I what I saw in this live stream was kind of something that I told y'all about before. When it comes down to certain men, they're anti-black women because black women never did any black. They anti-black women because the black women did them absolutely dog shit and they treat them bad, so they want to get back at them. But at the same time, they can't stop dealing with them. And also, these guys have this ability to so let's go over here real quick. Let's go right here.
Everyone's got a dream. Dreams don't just happen.
Too young in sex work. That's the definition. That is really what a human trafficker is. So a pimp is not a human trafficker because those women are working for him consensually. A John is definitely not a human. One day, one great. All that back in 2014, and now they are showing it. They are demonstrating everything that I told you back then. They are demonstrating everything that I told you back then.
Shit. Sorry. This.
They want you to spend all of your productive years. They want you to spend all of your most vigorous, most virile years waiting on the sidelines as a personal game reserve of men while they participate in all types of whoredom.
Mind you, he will brag about being able to participate in the same whoredom, and the lames and the incelian guys can't. So at the same time, he's going to speak for Passport Bros while he understands that there's guys that out here that no matter what the fuck they do, they're going to still be putting on a sideline and be like, okay, maybe he'll wait 10, 15 years for me. And we already know the market. The market was made for guys that just keep pursuing and keep better than themselves. And they won't have nothing to go to or get with sloppy seconds. Sloppy seconds that he want you to take. I'm saying it by his own logic.
And debauchery and drunkenness. While they do that all through their teens, 20s, 30s, you are supposed to be patiently waiting on the sideline with an engagement ring in your hand. And the keys to a house and car in the other hand, waiting for them to get tired of being a hoe. That's what you're supposed to be doing with your life. In their opinion, that's what you're supposed to be doing with your life. You're supposed to be waiting for them to get tired of the one night stands. You're supposed to be waiting for them getting tired of, getting fucked on top of the bathroom sink in the bathroom at the club. You're supposed to be waiting for them to get tired of getting slutted out on girls' trips. You're supposed to wait for them until they decide that they too tired to get a backstage pass, or they look too old to get a backstage pass to whatever rap is in town, or until they can't be on his videos no more. You're supposed to wait until they get tired of that. Now somebody gotta help me out with this. Cream the Lord, what's up, honey? Somebody gotta help me out with this. And then, and only then, Mr. Hodges, thanks for the cash out, brother. And then, and only then, after they get tired, you are supposed to spend your time, your money, your emotions on a woman that is shop-worn, weather-beaten, used up.
Okay, now he making a point. Now, I'm gonna find that comment when he said find that comment. He's wanting you to play Plan B, all the while acting like. Let's see.
No, I don't know Taylor. And that pissed him the fuck off. Eastside, man, Dimitri. It's like a big giant shoebox. And the sales is like different women have different priorities. For some women, and then it's in different situations in life. Some of y'all guys, some of y'all incels that's not that attractive. Y'all might run into a woman that's been dogged out by all of the Chads and Tyrones, and they laughed at her, you know what I'm saying? When she thought she was going out with them for Christmas or something, they, I want my mother, bitch. Let me block you. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And they decide, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna talk to a nice guy. And you might be lucky. Your number might be up. You might be the one at whatever social function, whatever gathering, whatever wine tasting, art gallery show, play, I don't know, wedding, nightclub, karaoke bar, wherever. When a woman makes that choice, it just might be your night, my nigga.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't have to make this shit up. At the same fucking time, this dude goes and tries to speak for Passport Bros, but tries to make it seem like it's a good deal to get with a used woman who used up by Chad and Tyrone, and it might be your lucky day, pal. So, at the same time, and I told you about the anti-black women, guys, who sit around and they anti-black woman. But you don't understand that these guys are anti-black men as well. And the anti-black men options as well. The anti-men with options as well. But they want to speak for it so they don't look like the enemy. But at the same time, we'll try to talk down to a subsection of men. Why would a man be happy to be second choice while the guy that pretty much get bored and he could come and take the girl out? And then that'll create problems because the incel might get mad and take the girl out and himself out. Why not have a guy go overseas or just basically not even be a part of the market? This whole live stream showed comments of guys saying incels is mad. Oh, so we have to listen to jail niggas come out of jail and act like they better than guys because they was in jail. We've been listening to you niggas, you jail niggas, you rappers, and all you motherfucking piece of shit motherfuckers. We've been listening to your hood story and your redemption stories for decades. So now good men can't feel superior above you even though they stay out of jail? How is it that your side couldn't stay out of jail, but the other side could stay out of jail? Why don't you try to replicate your life based off the guys who so-called didn't get women because they don't have no problems with jail? And when they do have a run-in with the law, like myself, because I documented that I had a run-in with the law, the FBI, guess what? My life was so clean, they couldn't really pin shit on me. They went through my social media, they went through everything they could, and I'm still here, I'm still out. They didn't come after me 3, 4, 5 years later. Oh yeah, we got you. Nothing. But you want to make a video and a live stream talking down to guys, telling them that they got to be the second choice in any female. So they got to sit around and go to functions and then maybe they the second choice. And mind you, you're not going to get anything from her. You're just going to be a time slot. So that's what he wants you to do. Don't that sound familiar just like what the women want you to do? To be second choice?
It just might be. But to be sitting there hating on somebody that's in jail is absolutely fucking insane.
And let's be real. No one's hating on the guys in jail. Now, I seen comments of guys saying you just mad because they don't get women. No, I'm mad because I get blamed for the shit that you niggas do to women. I get blamed for that. The incels get blamed for that. So-called lames get blamed for that. The educated so-called lames get blamed for that shit. And then they want to go around pretending that it's all the men out here that's doing that when a lot of us, we're tossing people back like, no, you ain't saying what we want. No, get out of here. You've been with those type of dudes too long. I ain't that type of dude. I ain't dealing with this. But you want to say that we're mad at guys in jail. Now, he could have literally directed this towards O'Shea. But he wanted to direct this towards incels and lames. The same incels and lames who go overseas and get better looking women without having to deal with the consequences like him. Now, I don't want to bring up the shit that he had to deal with. Because when he went to jail for what he went to jail for, and I try to look into it, what they did to him was wrong. Right? But he was thinking with his dick instead of thinking with his mind. And the court decided to put him under and lock him up. Not the situation. Not the female. The court. And I think Man of Tomorrow said something like that as well. He said something like that too. Because I tried to look into what was going on with him when that shit came off with when Reg the Bad Guy tried to kick Tito off. And I said, I ain't know where he was at. I thought he left YouTube. No, because I listened to him a couple times. This is back then when the Anthony Powell shit happened and all that other shit happened back in the day. Tito was around during that time too. I think so. Like a little bit right near it. I told you these guys, a lot of these dudes are anti-black women, but they also anti-choice. They need you to be around. I told you about this in my videos in 2020. They need you to be around so they can feel good about themselves. They need you to be around so they can talk about you. You can't feel superior to them. You can't feel good for not being in jail. You can't feel good. You can't even brag about your money. You can't brag about your life. You can't brag about shit. You got to sit here and just be humble while they sitting out here bragging about the redemption story. We got to hear about their story all the fucking time.
You hating on somebody that's in probably the worst fucking situation they probably gonna be in their life, besides having some type of terminal disease. You jealous of somebody that could walk outside their cell and get murdered for absolutely nothing. Do you know I don't see guys in jail get killed for nothing? And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. I don't see guys in jail get killed on the...
So here the comment section right here. Dudes need to understand your potential wife made a lot of questionable dating choices. Wow. Your potential wife made a lot of questionable dating choices. I have not seen not one of these dudes make an argument towards Tito and tell him, well, I don't get why you're talking about lames and losers when it's a thing called Passport SYSBM. Why would you make this video towards those guys when they all can go overseas or somewhere else and get whatever they want? But nobody said this. This the only person who has some common sense. Shout out to CB. I mean, what old Chase Houston stated in the video wasn't a lie, especially looking at these girls' baby fathers' deaths and single mother rates in the community. That is the cause of picking a Pookie and a Ray Ray. But because the truth is stated when in reality is over and over again, which is why we have a dysfunctional cycle now. Get the point. We all were excuses at the same time. Be honest. Okay. Ugh. My bad. I had to check something. So he didn't like this comment for some reason, which was true. We get blamed for all the shit that the Pookies and them and we get blamed and we get stuck with the bill. Imagine going to a restaurant and they give you a half-eaten plate. Like I made that analogy 2 years ago. I think back in 2020. Half-eaten food and they charge you full price for it. And pretending like, okay, that guy is better than you because his looks or whatever, but you got to pay full price for it. Do you really think that restaurant's going to make a lot of money, or you think people going to go? You think people going to review that restaurant finally when you're treated like that? So these women decide to go with the same type of guy, share these dudes, and when it blows up in their face, they give whatever's left to a guy. And then you don't get access to sex. You get access to a emotionally damaged woman who want to get revenge on men, but she takes the revenge out on the good guys and end up getting her ass killed, or end up getting the guy killed, or end up the guy spending tons of money because she wanted to get back at a guy, or she wanted to. All the men she dealt with before was broke losers. And they wasn't taking her out on all that. So basically, you got to make up for all of Thanksgivings. You got to make up for all the Christmases. You got to make up for all of the Valentine's days. You got to make up for the fact that the dude she dealt with couldn't take her out. They only could give her dick. And whatever game and sweet nothings. And tell her what she want to hear and not what she needs to hear. And you had to deal with all that because you got the job and you're stable. And you have a clear mind. This is what this is the system that they set up for you to do, and what Tito benefited from. In another video that made me side-eye him, he was bragging on the fact that he would smack a girl ass that he know another dude liked and say, honey, what's up? And smack her ass because he know the other guy couldn't do it. And I side-eyed him. I said, okay, this is the first strike on this guy. And I'm not going to, this is the first strike on this guy. He got knowledge, whatever. But let me see if he says something out of pocket again. This video, and I forgot there's another video that he went after somebody else again. And I said, okay, 3 strikes, this dude out. I can't mess with this guy no more. He's intelligent. He has all this other stuff and everything else, but he's still, at the end of the day, somebody who benefited off of treat men like absolute garbage, but at the same time acting like he's for men. But you don't talk about men. You try to make sure that they all have a level of options so they don't have to do anything else. You see up and down his thing right here. I never understand why men spend so much time worried about men who've been removed from society. Most of the lames who speak like this create a 6x6. And this is why I tell you, words matter. When people talk like this and call people lames, you can't have a regular discussion with these people no more. You got to get them away from you or stop listening to them because they don't respect nobody else. I don't respect people who call other people squares or anything else like that matter. You respect other men like you're supposed to. You don't supposed to disrespect no man. In other societies, you won't get away with this type of shit. You won't. You just won't. The most beautiful women are easy to have sex with. If a guy want her bad enough, all he has to do is pay on her emotions, stroke her ego, and blah, blah, blah. So, only true lames are jealous of inmates. I told you these guys get hard and they fuck women harder based off the fact that you can't get that girl or you going to get the girl after him. I always ask these guys, why you get so mad when a guy, when a educated person, educated so-called lame, flaunts his accomplishment above you? If you take women away, why you get mad because you do the same thing? Let's take women out of there and take value. Who you think society is going to pick? The guy who can build infrastructure or the guy who has value to him or a guy who's talking about he has game and swag, he can fuck women? They're going to discard you. They're doing it now in society right now. There's a reason why these dudes, most of these guys are online. Tito was online a long time ago, right? But there's a reason why all these fake ass pimps and players and all this shit is online right now, because they burnt through a lot of people in real life. They burnt through everybody in real life. The women burnt through all of the shit that they did, and they looking around and they wondering where the good men at for plan B, and we're not here. We're not fucking with them. I can show you inbox messages from a single mom asking me on a date. And I said, absolutely not. I still got the screenshot. I can't get it now. I got too many tabs open. I don't want you to see the business. But I got the screenshots. I got the screenshots of women asking me out, whatever. And I said, no. I don't dip for my quality. Because remember, I got to deal with that shit if something goes wrong. But I told you about the anti-black women guys. Because most of the time, they're anti-men. And sorry to say, Tito's one of them. Sorry to say. He has this hard on for black women. He want to go after them so hard. He got video after video after video after video. My videos, I already told you, my videos was about awareness. And my videos was about preparations. And my videos about certain things. Like I said before, I think I'm going to make a video about what it's like to have a girlfriend. and prepare guys on what they shouldn't have to deal with and what they can deal with. It depends on who they want to deal with, and been off what they can deal with before. But I'm gonna make a video about that. So, but I might make a video about that because a lot of people, we can compare notes of what they had to deal with when they had a girlfriend and what I had to deal with. You can't have. This is the one thing about this, right? You can't have 100 million game dudes. You can't have 100 million men who have six-pack abs. Once you go over a number of a abundance of men having whatever money and all this other stuff, you have to quench the thirst and quench the environment for. Oh wait, my bad. I'll do that in the next video, in another video. There's a lot of guys that felt superior to everybody else. It sounds like Tito is really jealous that he got locked up and he spent a lot of time in jail, while certain guys were able to maneuver themselves and turn themselves into passport bros. And the little bit of people who do cry about the women here, he going after them. What I'm trying to do is take away more guys for this guy to make fun of. That was my ultimate goal. That was my ultimate goal coming back to YouTube and coming back on here on this platform, was you giving you options, getting away from these people so they don't really use you as a pawn to enhance themselves. That's what I wanted you to do. That's what I wanted. That was the ultimate goal. That was the ultimate goal that I was trying to make with all the videos. It was always trying to get you to away from these people so you can have more options and keep them self-limited here. Your position is never be around these people. Your position is let them think they better than you without you being around them, because the fact is they can't maneuver like you in other societies. You can go into another society right then and there. You can be in a group of white people and they won't say a word about game swag, or they won't say a word about you being lame. The best thing they can probably try to do is bang the girl that you walking with, and that girl ain't for it. She gonna expose this dude and tell you, and then all in that community, that dude gonna get kicked out. I seen it plenty of times, these game dudes in other communities, and they had to walk right back to the black community and do that foolish shit here. I seen guys, street dudes who try to go to community college, they couldn't keep up, they didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. They get mad at everybody in the classroom because they got made food of because they couldn't keep up in the classroom. I seen street dudes can't hang with women in middle class neighborhoods and middle class neighborhoods and rich girls. Rich girls wasn't impressed by no game and swag. They laughed in these guys' faces. They even said, I like guys with a certain bank account, not guys like you. This is what I did before. I'm not afraid to expose certain people for what they do. And I'm not afraid to do that. I did it to a lot of people. I had a list of people back in the early 2016, 17s of people that I thought you need to keep your eye out for. And I told you back in 2020, I think 2020 or 2021, that I told you that it's going to be a civil war between the anti-black women squad, the people who are anti-black women, and the guys who actually are anti-black black society, and they gonna try to go at us by at the same time acting like they not talking about us, but act like they on our side. Kind of like what DJ Kuda did back in 2020 when he pretended like he cared about passport bros or cared about having an open discussion between certain people, but he reverted himself back to a game dude, and then basically he turned himself into a passport bro automatically, and then now he overseas, and basically his views just went in the shitter. Watch out for these guys. Cause they need one person to shit on the whole entire group without giving solutions to that group of men. His solution in this video was, you just wait around and be plan B. Something that he said in a video about Passport Bros, I think a month ago, 2 months ago or something, that's what they wanted you to do. But he wants you to do that too. Be happy being a second guy.